Hi, my name's Lindsey Stanfield. I'm 26 years old. I live in Barefoot Bay, Florida, and I've been a teen Beachbody coach for 7 months since July 2015. I wanted to talk a little bit today about why I chose to become a Beachbody coach and what it's done for my life. About 10 years ago, when I was 16 years old, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, which is a chronic nerve pain disorder. I was in pain literally every second of every day. And when I was 17, I dropped out of high school. I wasn't able to go every day anymore. I lost jobs, friendships, relationships, because I was either unreliable, flaky, or boring. A lot of the time I heard that. So I got extremely depressed. I was spiraling downward every day. I got into drugs and alcohol, and that is what I used for several years to cover up how I felt every day and pretend that it wasn't happening, that this wasn't my life. A few years ago, I moved to Florida, and the temperature change did help with the chronic pain, but it wasn't the same. I've been on and off several different medications my entire life, and some of them I had side effects from for years and years later. 8 years after one of them, I was still having seizures, and I had seizures almost every day a couple years ago. And so we were trying to figure out what was going on. The seizures were every day. I had migraines that were awful, throwing up all the time, stomach digestive issues. I also have celiac disease, so that just makes everything better. And there was, it just snowballs, when you take so many medications for so many years, and you're so sick, and you're just sad, and you just dig deeper into it instead of digging yourself out. And so I ended up meeting Adam a couple years ago, and he's been an incredible influence on my life. I can't even describe. He became a Beachbody coach a couple years ago, or almost a couple years ago, in October. So then that next July, I watched him be a Beachbody coach, and I couldn't do it. That's not my thing. I don't exercise. I've never exercised in my life. I tried a couple times. I got 6 days into any program ever, and I quit. It was too painful. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I was to the point at that point that my doctors were telling me, you will never have children because you won't be able to keep up with them. You should probably buy a wheelchair and get used to the fact that you will be like this your whole life. And you should get on disability because you're not going to be able to work here in a few years. That's where I was, and that's just crazy to think about. So we actually ended up going to Summit. I got in the car on the way to Summit. I told him, I love you, I support you, this is your thing, and it's beautiful, and you're going to inspire so many people and help so many people, but I can't do this. Exercise isn't my thing. I'm never going to be an inspiration to someone because I can't do it myself. I can't, and I won't. So I got to Summit, and I watched this woman talk on stage about having MS, which is what they were trying to diagnose me with before I never went back to the hospital again. And she is healthy. She is a top Beachbody coach, and I said I want to be her, or be like her. I said I want to do that. I want to be healthy. So I signed up as a coach with Body Beast, and I finished. I finished 90 days of a workout program when I'd never gotten past day 6 of anything. I proved myself I proved doctors, I proved friends and family members wrong. And I am 7 months later the healthiest I've ever been in my entire life. I am not sick. I wake up and I'm not in pain. I don't need help walking. I don't crawl to the bathroom. I don't worry about one day being able to keep up with future children. There's nothing I can do to describe that feeling. There's not. So now, being a Beachbody coach, I have helped other people that have the same issues. I have an amazing coach on my team, Amy. She has fibromyalgia as well, and she is probably the healthiest, and she looks awesome that she's ever been, and I'm so proud of her, and I want to help people like that. I want to help people that think that they can't do it. This is why I do it.